Story begins here.
The professional debut of Mike Tyson in the white trunks against Hector Mercedes. We're in the Plaza Convention Center, Albany, and this is not going to take too long. We're in round one. Mercedes already in trouble. He is going down, is he? These big swinging hooks to the body from Tyson. And if that is it in round one, that is a pretty impressive professional debut from the man who so nearly went to the Olympics in Los Angeles last year. He didn't. He's decided to turn pro instead, and that's not a bad start, is it? Well, we saw Mike Tyson's professional debut. Hard to believe it's just about a month ago. We're back in Albany for his second professional fight, this time against Trent Singleton. He disposed of Hector Mercedes inside a single round. And the question that most of the ringsiders are asking is, can he do the same thing again? Mike Tyson created the headlines here in the USA last year. Many felt that he should have been the US representative at the Los Angeles Olympics. Twice, not once, twice, he got beaten in qualifiers by Henry Tillman. It was Tillman who went to Los Angeles. I watched him win that heavyweight gold medal. What people are really already starting to forget is that there was no great medal to win. The Cubans weren't there, the Russians weren't there. If Tyson had been there, trust me, he'd have won a gold as well. It's Tyson in white, Trent Singleton in the blue with a gold trim. We're in round one. Well, we didn't get much of a chance to see Tyson, what he had to offer in his first fight, and already in what, seconds, Singleton touches down. He gets a mandatory 8 under New York State Athletic Commission rules, and already, from what little we've seen of Mike Tyson in his pro career, down goes Singleton again, left hook this time. This boy is tough. Doesn't throw many jabs, comes in, works close, hooks to head and body, and he's just a perpetual motion machine so far. This isn't going to go too long. Trent Singleton in all sorts of trouble. We're already in round one. The referee humanely has seen enough. Tyson shrugs almost as if disappointed that the fight is over so quickly, walks back to his corner. There's Kevin Rooney, the corner man. Tyson, so much pent-up energy, still unspent. We're in Singleton's corner. No acting, he's hurt. Tyson, the gloves come off. So, Mike Tyson, the young fledgling professional, 2 fights, 2 wins, the debut on the 6th of March. We're still only the 10th of April. And you just wonder how much of a tight schedule Customado and Jimmy Jacobs, his 2 managers, are going to throw at him. Tyson doesn't hang around for the formalities. He's had his arm raised. He's already leaving the ring. The well-wishers, and I suspect the well-wishers, the band of Tyson fans will grow as his career progresses, shaking his hand, wishing him well, saying well done, and it was well done. 2 fights, 2 wins for Tyson. Perspective, forget what the press release is saying. He's only 5'10". Some would have you believe he's 6 foot. He's not. He's 5'10". He is not a big heavyweight. He's only a kid. Yes, he is going to fill out, but it'll be interesting to see how he fills out. Already, if you look at him close up, there are great slabs of muscle on him. So, well, we will have to see whether he fulfills the promise that he has shown in his only 2 professional fights. In the blue tracksuit top there, incidentally, with USA on the back. That's his trainer, Kevin Rooney, who was a pretty decent welterweight in his day. Referee just giving them a little briefing. Don Halpin trying to give Tyson the eye, and I am glad. I tell you, I am glad I am this side of the ropes and not that side of the ropes, because Tyson looks mean, he looks menacing in the white trunks with a little green trim. Don Halpin, who has got a record of 9 wins and 18 losses in a 27-fight career. Significantly, not one of those 9 wins has been inside the distance, so he is not going to hurt Tyson. Can he survive? Tyson We know from what we've seen so far, he is not a fighter who throws a lot of jabs. He likes to work in close, just puts out a little left feeler and then comes in swinging behind that. Halpin nicely tucked up, good technique. But these body shots, they hurt. Trust me, they hurt. It's very rare that you will see a fighter stop with a single body shot. What they do is they sap your strength. They will wear you down in later rounds. That was a little bit near the borderline. Tyson gets away with it. You will note he's an orthodox fighter, Tyson. Left hand, left foot forward, as indeed is Halpin. It's probably asking a bit much in a young fighter's fledgling professional career to put him with a southpaw just yet. That'll come, that'll come. Already we're seeing a different side of Mike Tyson tonight. It's almost as if his corner have said to him, listen, you don't have to win every fight inside one round. Feel this guy out. This guy, professional fighter, Don Halpin, experienced 27 fights. Tyson has had just the 2. So feel this man out. Give him a little bit of respect. Probe for his weaknesses. Find out what his weaknesses are. When you found out what those weaknesses are, then you can exploit them. Tyson, notably slower. Just hark your mind back to those fights we saw just a few moments ago against Mercedes and Singleton. Tyson exploded out of his corner for those 2 fights. This, a much more calm, a much more measured approach from this young man. Originally from New York City, now fighting out of the Catskills, where his mentor and father figure, Customato, has been raising him in the fistic arts. It looks as though, you know, that Halpin's going to get through a round. I hope I'm not going to eat my words. Tyson down on his heels, and we saw him up on his toes in the opening round, first couple of fights. It's almost as if, as I said a moment or so ago, that his corner have told him, just extend this a little bit. Don't be in a rush to finish. And this is a good opening round. Good opening round for both boys. Halpin, to his credit, he's come to fight. He's testing Tyson out, got through with 1 or 2 good jabs. I still think Tyson is winning the round on the sheer volume of punches throwing. But Halpin, he's no mug. Good first round. And the fighters, for the moment, are forgotten. Well, in the Halpin corner, they might, you never know, be harbouring thoughts of him being the first man to take Mike Tyson the full distance. Would be a first, wouldn't it? Round 4 then. Oh, good short. That's a short sneak right. Halpin's head jerked back. Now, Tyson has switched back to orthodox for this round. He's maybe had enough of playing around with southpaw. Maybe it was just a little vanity exercise. Maybe Kevin Rooney has said to him, okay, boy, you've had your fun. Now time for business. Well, this is a much slower, a much more measured Mike Tyson in Albany tonight. Good right hand, Halpin down. You, behind the camera, had the most perfect view of that. Only difference is you saw the punch. Don Halpin didn't. Mandatory 8. Early in the 4th. Can Tyson finish this? I think so. I think so. That's enough. Now that last right-hander, that was questionable. Tyson celebrates. I didn't like to see that because Halpin was down and the back of his head snapped against the rope, and that could have been very dangerous. He's still a little bit dazed, is Don Halpin. Well, Tyson won. It was the manner of his victory, that one last right-hander. And they're keeping Halpin. Now, this I don't like to see. This is a little bit worrying. Halpin took one punch too many. The referee, I don't think he could have done much more than he did, to be quite honest with you. And I'm sure we'll see a replay in a minute. Yeah, here we go. Now this is the punch, the left hook that drives him across the ring. The fight was over then. Bang! That was the punch that caused all the damage. And the referee looked admonishingly at Tyson. I think he had stopped the fight by that point. It was the left hook, right hook combination that had finished it. Halpin was out on his feet at that point. If the ropes hadn't interrupted him, he would have been on the canvas. And that one extra right hook from Tyson, unnecessary, didn't like to see that. Got away with it. And I'm sorry to have to tell you, we're looking at Tyson here. I'm sorry to have to tell you that Don Halpin is still down on the canvas. Now, they will be keeping him down just as a precaution. The worst thing when a fighter gets knocked out badly, the worst thing you can do is try and get him back on his feet quickly. And these are experienced cornermen, experienced ringside medical officials, and they will be just slowly, gently bringing Don Halpin round in his own time. But we haven't as yet, thankfully, seen any call for a stretcher. And Tyson now looking a little concerned, maybe trying to justify why he threw that last right hand. But the statistics will show that it was a fourth round knockout, and he's a little bit concerned, sort of shaking hands with Halpin's cornerman. The cornerman may be remonstrating a little bit with Mike Tyson there. I got soul,
and I'm super bad. And now, ladies and gentlemen, man your battle stations. This bout is in the heavyweight division, scheduled for 6 rounds. The referee for this contest is Joe O'Neill. And now introducing first in the red corner. He's wearing the white trunks with green trim and weighs 217 pounds even. From Catskill, New York. He is undefeated in 3 professional bouts, all victories, all knockouts. Ladies and gentlemen, a big hand for Mike Tyson. And his opponent in the blue corner. He's wearing the black trunks with white stripe and weighs 184 1/4 pounds from Columbus, Ohio. He's also undefeated 7 in a row, 5 by knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, Rick the Ram Spain.
Gentlemen, you fight in the state of New Jersey. There's a 3 knockdown rule at my discretion. There's a mandatory 8 count, there's a standing 8 count. When I tell you to break, I want you to protect yourself and step back at all times. The bell only saves you in the last round. Any questions?
No, sir.
Shake hands, come out boxing. Good luck, gentlemen.
Mike Tyson's 4th fight. First fight in front of a big-time audience, though. This time not in Albany, but in the Atlantic City Resorts International. This man, Ricardo Spain, he's having only his 2nd pro fight. 1 fight, 1 win. Mike Tyson, 3 fights, 3 wins, 2 inside a round. And the last one against Don Halpin went all of 4 rounds. And Tyson, we've already seen in his brief pro career, hits like a steam hammer. As Ricardo Spain has already found out, boy, that was quick. Boy, that was fast. Boy, that was hard. And the ref takes a very clean look at the eyes. The eyes are the giveaway. Oh, the legs have gone. This is all over. Yes, it is. I don't believe it. That's well inside a minute. Spain can't believe it. Tyson absolutely destroyed him there. Well, we wondered, didn't we, when we saw the Halpin fight, can it be just a month ago in May in Albany? Tyson was relaxed, subdued almost, took his time, 4 rounds. This time, wow, brother. The little combination there, that was the first knockdown. The right hand was the one that finished it. And this young man is signifying evil intent in the heavyweight division, and in front of this audience in Atlantic City, this, I promise you, is going to make 1 or 2 really stand and take notice. The left hook, the power was astonishing. The legs just went every which way. 4 fights, 4 wins for Mike Tyson.
Corner, wearing the white trunks with red, white, and blue trim, and weighing in at 215 pounds even, from Catskill, New York. His professional record also